Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and there's some more interesting trade targets I want to talk about for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So it came out a couple of days ago that the LA Rams star wide receiver Cooper Kupp has been drawing some trade interest from teams around the league. Do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make a call? That's a lot to say, right? I understand that. That's a lot to say. Cooper Kupp one is making a boatload of money, so you'd have to make the money work in there. Number two, if you do trade for Cooper Kupp, you're not bringing Chris Godwin back after this season, and that would suck. And yes, the whole reason you would even consider a trade like that is because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are dealing with injuries. That's not their faults, by the way. If you bring in Cooper Kupp, that immediately propels you back to not NFC South winner, high level NFC team, right? He's got the chemistry with Baker Mayfield. He does. They played together with the LA Rams, or at least were there for the same time for a month. He has the connection with Liam Cohen from their time together with the LA Rams. And look, Cooper Kupp, I don't have to tell you guys how good he is. One-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 2021 Offensive Player of the Year. He is 31 years old. He will be 31 years old by the end of this season. 1,900 receiving yards in 2021, 16 receiving touchdowns in 2021. After that, he's had 3 years of injury concerns himself, by the way. 9 games started in 2022, 12 games in 2023, only 2 games in 2024 because he's currently dealing with, I believe it was a hamstring injury, I think. So, I mean, Cooper Kupp's had some injury issues of his own. I mean, certainly. Actually, it was an ankle. My apologies. Ankle injury. So, I mean, that would be a big swing. And it wouldn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion, to get, like, unless you're just like, we are moving on from Chris Godwin. Because what's it going to cost for Cooper Kupp? A second rounder? A third rounder? Probably something along those lines. I don't know if you can get a first rounder for Cooper Kupp at this point with all the injuries he's had. I think you could still get a third rounder, maybe a conditional third rounder that could be a second rounder for Cooper Kupp, especially after Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper just got traded for similar value. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I will say this. If they were to trade for Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin is not coming back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because he is in a contract year. I don't know what Cooper contracts. I don't know what Cooper Kupp's contract is. Let me look that up real quick. But it would be a lot. It would be a lot to ask. He is under contract for 2 more seasons. He does have a potential out after this year where you would free up a lot of cap space. But his cap hit over the next 2 years is $29 million in 2025, $27 million in 2026. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to be paying Cooper Kupp. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there are threads there. Baker Mayfield, that's a thread. Liam Cohen, that's a thread, right? But the money doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The trade compensation doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It would be a lot to ask. But I mean, it wouldn't. It would be surprising. But there are threads there. Okay. And if you were looking for a guy where it's like we need a healthy body, especially depending on how long Mike Evans is out too. Like I really like McMillan, Palmer, and Shepard. But if you want a guy where you're like, we need a dog, we need a number one guy today, could make sense. Some other names that are interesting. Christian Kirk is an option. 5'11", 200 pounds. He's making a lot of money with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He has 320 receiving yards this year. Jacksonville's not very good. I think they're 2-5 so far this year. He could be an interesting option, but again, if it's not like a guy of the caliber of Cooper Kupp, I don't know if it necessarily makes sense. He actually has a connection. He played in Arizona from 2018 to 2021. So I do believe there are, who was the coach for, it was Steve Wilkes was the head coach there. But like Larry Foote was still there in Arizona in 2018. So he is familiar with with Christian Kirk. He was there his rookie year. But that doesn't necessarily seem like an option. We talked about DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Williams. Do they maybe consider Deontay Johnson? I talked about him a little bit in a separate video. He's 28 years old. He could be a bit of a veteran option. By the way, Christian Kirk is only 27. He will be 28 literally right before the season ends, or in like a month. Deontay Johnson's done some really good stuff with the Panthers. He 357 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. The Panthers are crap. But would you trade him to a division rival if you're the Panthers? I don't know. He's not making a lot of money either, I believe. I don't remember how much. I guess I can look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I know that he's not making a lot of money. I know that Deontay Johnson's not making a lot of money, I believe. He's making $10 million. So that's still a good bit of money, but like it's manageable. It's manageable. You wouldn't have to pay him as much throughout the remainder of the season. So like you could do it. That could make a little bit of sense that I think the Buccaneers may consider. What about Darius Slayton? Former New York Giant, or current New York Giant, 6'1", 196. He's only 27 years old. Will be 28 by the end of the season. He has 312 receiving yards and 1 touchdown this year. He's 6'1", 198. Could be an option as well. Could be an option as well. He is currently making $7.9 million. He'll be a free agent after this year. So, like, he could also be a guy that you re-sign, too. Now, he doesn't necessarily have any connections to the Bucs right now. He didn't play college with anybody. He has been on the Giants his entire career. So maybe that wouldn't make a ton of sense. But, like, Deontay Johnson could make some sense. Here's what I think. If you want me to be like realistic, Mike Williams is the most realistic option. Okay, I talked about him in a separate video. After that, probably Darius Slayton. These are trade options. Then probably Deontay Johnson third. Fourth, I would honestly probably put DeAndre Hopkins. Fifth, I would probably put Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp would be, oh my God, that'd be wild. That'd be wild. And obviously he's going to be on the title of this video. That'd be an interesting thing, man. That'd be interesting. What do you guys think? Do you want the Buccaneers to trade for any of these wide receivers? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about it down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're going over a lot of options. Okay? Because that's what an injury to Chris Godwin dictates, is going over a lot of options. So we'll see. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. Go Bucs.